Hey guys, welcome to my channel. This is Angie, your own bookaholic. Today I'm going to discuss with you the books that I read and shows and movies that I watched in the month of December. December was quite a busy month for me. I was preparing for an exam, Christmas vacation, holiday season and all that. So I was quite busy, but still I was able to manage to watch quite a good number of shows and also read 4 books. Not bad, right, for a busy month? For those of you who are new here in this channel, I talk about books and all things related to books and also shows and movies once in a while. So if you are interested in those kind of things, please subscribe to my channel. Also, please like, share and comment. So without further ado, let's get into it. I read Mask of Mirror by M.A. Carrick as a buddy read together with Chaz from Bookish Chaz. We have in fact a live stream coming up very soon in Chaz's channel where we will discuss this book in detail. So the book is about a woman. The central figure is a woman named Ren or Renata. She fled many years ago the sparkling city of Nadezra, fleeing a very unfortunate past. At present, she is back in the city along with her sister as a con woman. The game plan is for Renata to masquerade as the daughter of an estranged family member of a very influential and rich family called Trementis, be accepted into the family and become rich and save both of them from falling into squalor. But unbeknownst to her, there are other players also playing their own games, which is nasty and clandestine and have their own agendas in mind. Add to this a very complex and layered political intrigue, a magical system involving manipulation and corruption via dreams, mysterious and sinister magical potions, a technique of magical disguise called imbuing, and a very mysterious Robin Hood kind of character named Rook, who has been around for centuries. You get a very complex, convoluted and engaging fantasy thriller. I especially love the complexity and depth of world building and the fact that the author did not bother to include any overt expositions, to make readers settle in, instead rely on the audience's intellect and ability to figure out things on their own. I love it when authors do that, and this is what exactly the author has done. So when I'm saying author, I know M.A. Carrick is actually pen name of a couple of 2 authors writing together. But I will just mention them as the author. This book is actually book number 1 in a trilogy called Rook and Rose. The second book is called Liar's Knot. I'm yet to read it sometime this year. I'm planning to get to it if my TBR allows the space for it. Also, the third book is coming out this year, so that's quite exciting and another reason to somehow squeeze in the rest of the book in the series this year itself. So look forward to our discussion in Chaz's channel. It will be coming out very soon. I will put up the updates as soon as we have the dates and the time decided. The next book that I read in December is Ships of Marior by Janie Wirtz. This is book number 2 in the Wars of Light and Shadow series. This is a much more satisfying continuation of book number 1 because of Mistwraith. I like this one better than the first book. Going forward, I will be referring to the book as Ships. So in Ships, you will get to see this growing hostility and animosity between the 2 stepbrothers, Lysair and Arithon, after the aftermath of what happened in book number 1, the result of them meddling with the magic of Mistwraith. It's interesting to see how these 2 brothers are so differently perceived and understood by the outside world. So brother number 1, Lysair, he is considered to be the Prince of Light, and this force who is supposedly going to save the world from the evil of the other brother Arithon, who is known as the Master of Shadow and very wrongly maybe perceived as the epitome of evil by a large number of people, especially the townspeople. right? And there is this clansmen who have pledged their allegiance to Arathon. It is really, really interesting to see their game plans evolving and unfolding through the gorgeous lyrical prose of Janny words. There is a lot to discuss about this book, so watch out for a live stream on my channel on Saturday, this coming Saturday at 7:30 p.m. IST, Indian Standard Time, wherein PL Stewart and Blaze will be joining me in a discussion with author Janny Watts. So watch out for that live stream. Please join us. Just throw in your questions and I'm sure Janny would be delighted to address all of them. I'm very much looking forward to this live stream on Saturday and I'm hoping to see all of you there. The third book I read in December is a supernatural / horror / mystery thriller called Sundown Motel by Simone St. James. The book is told from two perspectives. There are two narrators. The first one is a woman called Kali. She's 20 years old. She's taking a break from college to investigate what happened 35 years ago to her aunt who mysteriously disappeared while doing a night shift at a motel called Sundown Motel in Fell, New York. And the second perspective is of her aunt, Viv Delaney. So 35 years ago, she left her home in search for a better, bigger future into New York City, but somehow she winds up in this hotel and she is offered the job of night clerk by the motel's owner, and she takes up the job. She disappears and there is no news about her at all. And Kali is determined to find out what happens. And so when she is offered the job of night clerk, she takes it up and starts her own investigation, and mysterious things starts happening in the motel. Definitely gave me Bates Motel vibe. I was really creeped out and kind of scared at many junctures throughout the story, but the story builds up really good. I would have given it a 5-star if I had not already guessed the huge big reveal and twist in the story halfway through the plot, but otherwise it's definitely a very interesting, entertaining read, so I will give it a 3.5 stars. The fourth book that I read was Lock Every Door by Riley Sager. If you don't know, Riley Sager is kind of a big name now in the whole thriller genre. So if you love thriller books, then Riley Sager is the go-to person right now in the industry. Jules Larson is at the verge of going broke and desperately is looking for a job. So when she is offered the job of an apartment sitter at a very old and prestigious Manhattan building, Bartholomew, she accepts it, and especially because she is being offered a ridiculous amount of money to do the job of an apartment sitter, which is kind of, a low-skill job, despite the warning of her best friend. The warning is because Bartholomew has a very mysterious and shady past. There were many disappearances and deaths that happened in the past in Bartholomew. There are many rumors of sinister happenings in that building. But because she's almost bankrupt, she accepts the job out of sheer desperation. While doing her job as an apartment sitter, she meets another apartment sitter called Ingrid, and they strike up a friendship, and Ingrid informs her that she has been encountering strange things and that she does not feel safe, but Jules just brushes it off as her imagination, as Ingrid's crazy imagination, until Ingrid disappears. That's when she takes all these warnings seriously and she starts her own investigation and uncovers very dark, sinister secrets of this building, Bartholomew, and puts her own life in danger. I would have given this, 5-star or at least 4.5 stars, but I'm compelled to give it only 3.5 stars because the explanations that we are given at the end for all the strange, sinister happenings in the building kind of felt very unbelievable, but it was overall a great listen. I listened to both the thrillers on audiobook. Those were the 4 books that I read in December. Now on to the shows slash movies that I watched. The first series that I want to talk about is Pine Gap. This is basically an international political thriller, mostly focusing on American-Australian Joint Defense slash Intelligence Facility, which is situated in a place called Pine Gap in Australia. That's why the name Pine Gap. And they basically monitor satellite communications and satellite images and try to curb any kind of hostile slash terrorist potential terrorist attacks, right? That's what they are doing. It was an okay watch. I didn't finish the entire series. I just watched the first 6 episodes, and later on it started becoming too dull and yeah, not that interesting. So it was basically boring, so I had to stop it. So that was a disappointment, but I really liked the first 2 to 3 episodes. The build-up was really good, but later on the interest starts waning. Plot seemed very superficial and too made up, so I basically did not like the series. Next, I watched Treason, which is a British television mini-series. I decided to watch it because there is Charlie Cox, who played one of my favorite superheroes, Daredevil. So I watched it solely for him. Basically, this is also a political slash spy thriller. He is appointed as the head of MI6 after the current MI6 head was poisoned. He finds out that this abominable act was done by his ex-girlfriend, who was a Russian spy, and she has ulterior motives of doing this, and this is a run-of-the-mill spy thriller. However, as much as I love Charlie Cox, I hate to say this, he was not that convincing as the head of MI6. He looked too cute to be the head of MI6, and also the plot was not that convincing. It was too convoluted to be believable. So I DNF'd this one also. Next up, I watched Glass Onion. This was the part 2 of Knives Out, and I really truly enjoyed it. It definitely had an Agatha Christie mystery vibe to it. I don't think I should give you a summary or anything. If you have the time and if you're interested in great Christie mystery kind of thrillers, then go ahead and watch this on Netflix. It was such an amazing watch. It is not an artistic masterpiece or something that you have to watch, but it is truly a great entertaining thriller. Next up are a couple of rewatches. I rewatched Bodyguard. It is one of my favorite British series. I really loved the first time around when I watched it. Richard Madden as Sergeant David Budd is so convincing. It's so amazing. He just carried the entire show singularly on his shoulder. For some reason, I felt like rewatching it, and it was a delight even the second time around. After I watched Bodyguard, I wanted something, again action themed to watch. So I decided to rewatch Old Guard. So Old Guard is a 2020 film which is based on the comic book of the same name. It stars Charlize Theron as the main lead. Oh my god, she is kick-ass in it. She is amazing. I just rewatched it only for her. She is so amazing. So basically, this is a story about mercenaries who are kind of immortal. They can heal their wounds, even bullet wounds and knife wounds, and somebody discovers their secret and basically want to utilize it for their own vested interest. I have not given out any spoilers or anything, but guys, if you love action-packed movies starring great female leads, then this is the movie for you. Just go ahead and watch it. And the good news is that the second part is coming out sometime in 2023 or 24, I think, this year or next year. And I just cannot wait for it. I just loved Charlize Theron in this. I was so enamored by her. I kind of have a crush on her. Who doesn't, right? So those were the shows and movies that I watched in December. What did you guys read slash watch in December? Please let me know in the comments if you loved or hated any of the ones that I mentioned here in this video. Please let me know as well. And I will see you soon in another video. This is Angie signing off. Bye-bye.